Analog. Oh my god, either love them or hate them. I know, like, I enjoy the products that they make, but I don't like the way they conduct their business. And even if you enjoy their systems, which I own pretty much every system they've made so far, other than their original like Neo Geo thing. Um, but even then, a lot of their systems still have like open issues. That's one concern. But like the analog pocket is one thing that I really like with open FPGA, but it kind of drives me nuts because now it's more like Analog has allowed it to be more community driven, but then it's proven that the community does it better than Analog because when the community puts out cores for a system, it's like they do it better than Analog. I don't know, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the freaking Analog 3D. So this has been a thing a lot of us have been waiting for, dude. This is a thing that Analog does is they delay, they take your money, interest-free loan, right? And then we just wait. And we've been waiting a little while for this thing, and they've scratched out the dates of when it's going to be shipping. And then I did see this was in the news a few days, people reporting, oh my God, it's finally happening. And I was like, no, you know what? Like I didn't talk about this the other day because I kind of got a different response from Analog when I had something else going on with them and I kind of threw it in there when I was talking to them. And like the response I got was different than what this was. So I was like, no, this ain't even really happening. Like, just wait and see. Because what happened was this individual like wrote into Analog support, like, hey, when the hell's the 3D getting shipped? So their response is like, oh, it's shipping this month. Send you an email notification approximately 1 week before your order is to dispatch. Right. And it's like 2 weeks before the end of July. So it's everybody was like, oh my God, the 3D is finally shipping. My thought was is like, you don't believe it till you see it. It doesn't even matter that customer service rep said it. Cause like I said, like I just said, I got a kind of a different response in the sense that it was like, we have nothing to announce yet. Essentially, not even anything close to what this says. So it was like when you go to Analog's main social media, they haven't even posted a damn thing with the 3D. There's no like clips, there's no teasers, there's nothing. All it is right now is Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. For a while, all they were posting a lot of Sega Genesis clips, teasers, and whatnot. And it's like, you don't even sell a console that officially plays Sega Genesis. So why are you teasing Sega Genesis? Once you get so far back, there was like, yeah, there's a lot of Sega Genesis. And it was like, why are you even posting Sega Genesis shit? Idiots. Where's the Nintendo 64? Right? So this is what happened. Now people were like looking at the 8-bit controllers. Oh my God. For the 3D, right? Because 8-bit they work hand in hand with Analog, and they're making the controllers for the 3D. So they kept getting those were getting delayed a couple times. And it's like, oh, when those get released, that's when the 3D comes out. So those are supposed to be shipping at the end of this month. So then people are like, okay, that whole little email thing, it lines up. They're still supposedly getting shipped. I haven't seen it being delayed yet at the end of the month. So that's when the 3D is shipping. No, doesn't matter. I don't know if the 8-bit controllers are getting delayed yet, but we did just get notification from Analog that the 3D is delayed again. Then this is a thing that I don't like is that they say it's delayed, but then when it comes time to when it's delayed too, is it going to be delayed again? Because that's what always happens is like it's delayed to this frame of time, not a specific date, but to this frame of time. And then once it gets to around that frame of time, it's delayed again. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. But they sent out this email and they made a little announcement. But let me bust this bish up. So it says following last week's sudden tariff changes, Analog 3D. So none of this really, these freaking idiots, none of this should have anything to do with that. They should have been on top of ahead of all of this, right? They've had so much fucking time. All this shit should already be in their warehousing facilities, right? It just, I don't know. It makes sense to me. Whatever. I don't really follow everything that's going on with tariffs and whatnot. I don't really care, but I'm just saying, like, their business, they should have been on top of all this. Is a thing that was supposed to have already been shipped to customers by now. Like, wouldn't they've already had this in their warehouses, right? But regardless, they say they're absorbing the costs, but it says they will now begin shipping next month, not August 1st. Nothing like that. Not August 1st. Just next month. We're absorbing the cost. Your pre-order price stays the same, no additional charges. But I bet when they do those fantastic colors and special editions, or when they restock the two base colors, they're gonna boost the price up, because they Analog's a greedy ass freaking company. I had to buy something for somebody recently, and they ship literally from where I could drive to go pick it up. They ship from about an hour away from me, and they charge $30 shipping. Freaking nuts, dude. Freaking nuts. $30 shipping for priority shipping, right? That's what my issue was with them, is that, like, wait, I chose priority shipping because the non-priority, the economy, was like only a couple dollars cheaper, but they shipped it, the item that I ordered, they shipped it through OnTrack. And I was like, that's last mile delivery service. That's not priority. When you go on their service terms of service on their website, the FAQ or whatever, and it explains their shipping on Analog, it says priority is FedEx, UPS, or DHL, and that economy is last mile delivery handoff, which OnTrack, if you look up OnTrack, that's what they are. That's what they're listed as. Wikipedia says that. I don't know. But so I had an issue with Analog. That's how I was asking them questions when I was dealing with them on that. And like these guys are freaking weird, man. They're greedy, dude. Like a couple pound package, $30, and then you're gonna ship it through OnTrack anyway? Freaking nuts, dude. But these guys are freaking greedy, dude. So they're just gonna use this regardless. If they already have a million of these things sitting in a warehouse where no tariff costs charges affected them at all, whatever, if they got it in, doesn't matter. They just use any excuse they can to freaking fist you up the ass to make some extra money. They don't care, dude. But late August, the wait ends. Reviews go live with everything we've been saving for this moment. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. We've poured everything into the Analogue 3D. I'm waiting for the M64 from Mod Retro. I mean, I do have an Analogue 3D pre-ordered. Can't wait for it. But I'm curious to see what the Mod Retro team's cooking up here, dude. We can't wait for you to see it yourself. As always, if you'd like to cancel your pre-order for a full refund, contact Analogue. So I ain't contacted you for shit. I want my shit. Been waiting. It's not been the longest wait if they ship it next month as other systems that they've pulled this shit with. But so they did announce it on Twitter as well. I don't know what the response has been, but yeah, it's same crap. Same crap. Same thing in the email. Same thing. That's it. So I don't know what else to tell you, dude, but I just want to get this thing in my hands. Did they change the date on here? Yeah, ships August. They scratched out July 2025. What was it before? What was the date before? I don't know. They kept scratching out the dates, dude. I just want this thing in my hands. Check it out. But yeah, I don't know. Let me check if they've updated the date for the 8BitDo controllers. Probably not, but let's see. No, the 8BitDo 64 still says July 30th. So we'll see if they change that. Oh, 8BitDo does have a new controller that's up for pre-order. The 8BitDo Pro 3, which looks sick. Let's check that out real quick. So take a look at this thing real quick. I know this has nothing to do with the Analog, but dude, I was intrigued by this. I'm gonna put a link down below. I pre-ordered this damn thing. I pre-ordered the purple Nurple. So this is like the Pro 2, but has a lot more going for it, right? It's got those extra L4, R4 buttons, which I guess comes in handy. It has the back buttons, which it's similar to the Pro 2, but it doesn't have the battery thing, which is disappointing. It does have where you could change the shoulder triggers to like tactile or analog or whatever. You know, whatever, I forget. Linear tactile triggers. There you go. Let's see, what else do we got? There's some pictures down here. This thing has some weird shit going for it. Weird shit. Magnetic swappable ABXY, so you can move them around for Xbox or Nintendo layout. That is cool, dude. Tactile D-pad. Look at that. This is weird and goofy, but ball top joystick cap. The hell? USB-C adapter in there. That's cool. If your computer, if whatever you're using doesn't have USB-C, you just leave that in the dock, and then it has a cable, and you plug the cable in. Like that's what I do with this. This is for the Ultimate 2 wireless. You just like use the dock and plug in the cable in the back, and then it has like boom USB, and you plug it into whatever, and it just allows the use of the dongle that way. It's like this dongle is the same thing. It's like USB-C. So it does the same thing. That's how that's going to work too. You could either plug that in separately or plug the dock in. So if you're using this like in the computer, you could have this plugged in so you could charge the controller. And then if you want to use it in 2.4 gigahertz wireless, you could just leave the dongle inside it and have it plugged into your PC or Mister or whatever, and use it that way. That's the way I do it, just so I don't have to like have separate things plugged in. But there you go. Integrated charging dock, TMR joysticks, Hall effect triggers with the mode switching. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there you go. But that's a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.